And I have a couple questions for you. My first is that, do you believe in state rights?
Yeah, I do.
You do? Okay. Are you okay then with the possibility of having a nationwide abortion ban?
I mean, there's zero chance of that happening, but of course, one day I would love to have that happen. Yeah, I mean, we can't get 30 Republican senators to agree that they're pro-life, and so it's fear-mongering by your preferred candidate to try to hold on to political power.
So
and by the way,
you're okay with it, though, if it were to pass? If there were to be a national abortion ban, you would be okay with
well,
that?
you know what? It's not what Charlie Kirk wants. If it were to pass, it means the people want it. Because the representatives reflect the will of the people.
Or it could be enacted as an executive action.
Well, no, it can't. First of all,
you can reinstate the Comstock law and have it apply to...
the Supreme Court has said that it's to the states, and that's where it holds right now. I think that's a really good place for it, considering the temperature of the country.
Project 2025, which is Donald Trump's plan.
Well, no, it's not, actually. So it's like, I'm not going to let you come up here and just lie. That's not true. It was done by an outside group. He had nothing to do with it. But
the Heritage Foundation, which he took over 60% of his policies from in his first term, you're going to say he's completely separate from the Heritage Foundation? Also,
yes, I will.
The authors of Project 2025 were senior people in his first office.
Well, hold on. Since we're talking about Project 2025, maybe you can help me explain this. Do you support Kamala Harris getting rid of the filibuster to restore Roe versus Wade?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't believe in the filibuster.
You don't believe in the filibuster?
I think it's anti-democratic.
Okay. Do you think we should ban fracking?
Yes, I do.
Does your candidate?
She's kind of iffy on that one. She was against it, or she was for banning fracking in her.
Do you think she's telling the truth when she says she's for it?
Well, for banning fracking?
No, that she says she's for fracking. Is she telling the truth?
I think that she's being pushed one way or the other because people, or she's working on winning an election.
Winning an election, so just tell the voters what they want, right?
I think that if you want to win an election, you have to sometimes compromise on the things that you originally believed in. She realized that it was not a productive policy when she was running in 2020, and she didn't get the nomination, so she backstepped. And it's okay for people to change their opinions when they've learned more.
What is her greatest accomplishment?
She's had a record number of tie-breaking votes in the Senate of any vice president ever.
What's the greatest legislative accomplishment you'd point to?
I don't have.
But the tie-breaking vote. Tell me one tie-breaking vote.
Oh, I wish I had this on the top of my head, but I don't. I have another question for you.
I'm curious about her achievements. Of course, parents can't abuse their kids, but I do believe in parents' rights. Yes, but tell me this. I'm asking you a question.
Nationwide?
Yes, of course you should ban critical race theory from
then you're
publicly
not
funded
for parents'
schools.
rights.
No, okay. Again, I'm happy to.
That's backwards.
Well, hold on. Do you think that we should teach eugenics in our schools?
We do teach about eugenics.
No, teach it as fact.
But we teach about it when we talk about
Nazi Germany. No, should we teach it as fact?
About eugenics.
Yes.
Explain your question more.
So critical race theory is immoral and wrong and believes that certain races are not worthy of being treated as well.
No, critical race theory is about defining structures and government.
Right, so tell me who was the original author of, since you know about it, who was the original critical race theorist in the 1990s? Name one.
I don't have the names off the top of my head.
Yeah, it's Derek Bell, Angela Davis.
You just said that you were for parents' rights.
Crenshaw.
But you're against parents' rights if you're okay with them having a nationwide ban for critical race theory.
Hold on a second. I do not believe that we should be teaching children that white people are bad because of the color of their skin. I think that's repulsive and it's wrong.
That is fine as a belief.
No, that's what CRT is.
That goes against your own belief in parents' rights. Do you believe in small government?
Hold on a second. Let me answer. Let's slow down a second. Parents' rights. If a parent wants to homeschool their kids and teach critical race theory, they have the right to do that. We should not taxpayer fund it, though. But let me ask you this question.
But if parents are taxpayers and their taxpayer money is going to publicly funded schools, that's pretty counterintuitive.
Let me ask you this question. Your candidate right now is not doing very well. You agree?
No, I don't. I think it's actually just a neck-and-neck race. It's going to be one of the margins.
Okay, great. So why is it that most Americans think that Trump handled the economy better than Kamala and Biden?
Because he inherited Obama's economy. Because we went into a recession. We went into inflation at the end of his term. Joe Biden inherited inflation. Joe Biden inherited his tax policies. Joe Biden. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not going to teach an economics class right now. Do you believe in small government?
Of course I do. How many of you guys in the audience are getting crushed by inflation right now? Raise your hand.
All of us.
Look at this.
It's a global issue.
Wait, you're being crushed by your own vice president.
It's a global issue. Do you understand what? Do people here understand what a vice president does?
What has your vice president? What has Kamala done to secure the border?
People understand what a vice president does.
Wait, hold on a second. What does Joe Biden do?
He's the president.
Oh.
So she has to do whatever he wants her to do. That's what a vice president does. I'm sorry, you still haven't answered my question. Do you believe in small government?
Yes, you're doing a sequence of questions. Yes, I do. In what context, though? I believe the government should be small but strong.
Small but strong. Explain
Yes.
that. Explain
So
that.
small in its scope, strong in its enforcement. It should have morally clear terms of what it does. Yes.
So you're okay with expanding the military as it is part of the government?
No, actually. By the way, one of the reasons that we're here is because Kamala Harris is a warmonger who wants to send hundreds of billions of dollars to Ukraine while our own border remains wide open, and 320,000 kids are missing in sex trafficking because of your preferred candidate, Kamala Harris. Are you worried about those 320,000 missing kids?
Of course I'm worried about children. However, I don't believe that the vice president is responsible for that.
She's in charge of the border. She took credit for the border. She's the border czar. Joe Biden said this is who's in. She was said, I am in charge of the border. How has she done it doing that, by the way? Has she done a good job managing the border?
I honestly disagree with all of the past administrations on their bottom.
Obviously, he makes this girl look repeatedly stupid, but she keeps rattling question after question, and she has no idea the facts.